Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you're joining me today for a first look at a brand new game. Well, a prologue to a brand new game. A demo, an enhanced demo if you will, of a title coming out of Turquoise Revival Games, I think they were called. An independent games team based in Turkey, which is lovely. I love Turkey. I spent 3, maybe 4 lovely holidays in Turkey some years ago. Anyway, that's by the by. And thank you to Rafal from Grab the Games, the publishers of this particular title, for drawing my attention to it. I mean, there's so many games released all the time, and of that, even those that might appeal to me and possibly you, there's still a lot to sort of keep an eye on, and quite a few do slip through the net that I sort of miss. So I'm quite grateful to Rafal from Grab the Games for bringing this one to my attention and offering me a key to it, which is jolly good of him. Yeah, definitely. Although it is actually currently available to anyone free to play from the Steam store. I've no date as yet for the release for the full game, but this should certainly give us a taste of what is possible. Now, as you can see from the trailer running behind me, there's a lot you can do with this. It looks like one of those sort of automation, Factorio, sort of production line type games, which aren't a particular favourite of mine. I get sort of frustrated by the fact that there's always so much going on and you've got to keep paying attention and fiddling with things and so on. And I like, as you know, to take my time and pause and think and just plan and execute that plan. So we'll see how this one fares in that regard. As you say, it's only a demo, it's only the sort of prologue, the beginnings, as it says, to this game. So there's not a great deal you can do with it. As I say, just a taste. So the fact that I might get sort of swept up in the frenzy of building multiple lines going in thousands of directions shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've actually got in Smart Factory Tycoon Beginnings. First off, there is quite a nice soundtrack to the game. The music bed is perfectly fine. I mean, I know there are a lot of people. Can you hear me over this? It does sound quite loud. Oh. Yeah. One little thing. It looks like none of the option settings are saved between save games. So every time you reload the game, you may need to reset your settings. More on which later. Yeah, so we'll take that. I think that should be okay now. The music volume should be acceptable. The other sounds should be okay. So as you can see, we've got an options menu already in here. The video options, loads to choose from. Lots of resolutions going up to 1920 1080 and below. Full screen or windowed, and all sorts of other things going on there. A lovely key binding panel here. Now, this is my first problem with the game. You can change all these, just click on them and oh, there it goes, you've changed it. But there's one that doesn't work, and that's pause. Now, it says here quote. Now, I've just had a sort of forum discussion with the developers, and quote should be what I would call the back quote key between the tab and the escape on a typical keyboard. But that doesn't work on my keyboard at all. Neither does the double quote or the single quote or apostrophe key, neither of which are recognised as pause. If I go in here and hit the back quote key, like that, it is recognised, so that will be my pause key. I'd like to have the space bar as my pause, but apparently the way the game's been designed, that's not open to us at this point. Anyway, if I save this and then come back into the game later, that change will have been lost. So that's one hope that this will get fixed. I'm fairly sure of that. Well, it better get fixed before the full game is released. Gameplay, just edge scrolling, which is nice, and autosave frequency. We don't need it to be 10 minutes in this version, to be honest, but I'll leave it like that as is, and just right click to come out of there. We can continue my game, which is about to finish, or we can create a brand new game and have a look at the tutorial. So we can give our factory a name. So who are we? I could be Master Makers. Oh, hang on. I've lost the tick here. Yeah, there is a limitation on the number of characters you can put into these boxes. If I take the space out, now that's still Master Make. That works. Now, the particularly annoying thing for me in this is that when we go into the game, there are a number of AI companies which have much longer names. Why can't I create a name that long? I trust they'll fix that in due course. So I'll call myself Master Make, name of my company, as if you will. Just some random text describing a sort of game hints, tips kind of thing there. And let's click to start into our factory. Right, so we name our first building. So we've actually got quite a site here, and we could expand. We won't be doing that, I imagine, in this playthrough because we don't have enough money or time, because we can only level up so far before the demo, the prologue, the beginnings version of the game comes to a conclusion. So my building, we'll call this one Plant Number 1, and again, I'm limited in the number of characters I can use. That needs to be fixed. I want to be expansive. I want to use the names that I want to use. Can I put a hash sign in there? Number 1? Yep, that looks good. Okay, so here's our tutorial. We can use WASD keys, which I know a lot of you will like using, will be familiar with WASD. If you've been watching any of my other videos, particularly my first look videos, you'll know that I do not do WASD. It's simply not how I play games, which is why I didn't like Factorio. Just couldn't get on with WASD. I'm sure it's a great game, but simple things like that, just camera controls, just annoy me. Anyway, in this game we also have the option to use the right mouse button to roll around, as well as the edge scroll, and we can use the middle mouse to rotate. My only issue here is it's slightly fast for me sometimes, particularly when I'm sort of working in detail here. Maybe that's just me and my inadequate mouse control, I don't know. So it would be nice to have some sort of speed sensitivity kind of settings within the options for the game just to help me control this. So the tutorial then says we need to press the construction button from the left down menu. I think they probably mean bottom left, which is, whoops, you see the edge scrolling. And that is this button here, construction. The UI works, but yeah, I'm not entirely convinced by it, but I have only been playing for a couple of hours or so now, just sort of run through the whole game. But yeah, it does sort of work, but it doesn't strike me as being entirely intuitive. But anyway, the construction. We can build here. Again, we don't know if this is going to be expanded upon in the full version. A production room or a robots room. And it says here we need to build a production room. Minimum 4 tiles, but 3 by 3 would be a good start. Now I'm going to actually go beyond that. And as I said, I've played this through a bit already, and what I do know is this point here is where all your stuff comes in and where your finished products go out. So it'd be good to place your production facility somewhere near this entrance here, rather than the one at the back, which presumably leads on to other buildings, to other factories, production facilities, whatever. So our production room here, and this is just as it says there. Hold the left and drag. So we will take that, I think, yeah, 5? We'll make it 4 by 4. Yeah, why not? We need a door. Again, it's not entirely obvious. It's certainly not familiar. It's not familiar to me in the way, in sort of being similar to other games of this type. So the build a door is here in this construction sort of pop-up menu here. So build a door, and we'll put that, say, there. Yeah, we'll put that there, I think. That's good. And now we must remember to click the tick sign here, otherwise we lose all the work we've just done, and that will cost us 1600 out of, in the bottom right here, a 12,000 budget to start with. So we'll take that. That's good. The tutorial isn't sort of self-motivating. You've got to click on it to progress to the next stage. Click on the market from the left menu and choose duck pick Y from the basics section of the market. So the market is this button here. Now what this is this is the available contracts for production that are open to you. So these are the basic things we can build. We can't sort of get a contract for this sort of unicorny type thing here because we have missing facilities of whatever type. Again, one thing I like, tooltips. Hover over tooltips. I like that in the game. So if you're not quite sure what a button or an option means, then yeah, you can hover over it and it will give you some explanation. It's not always obvious, but most of the time I think, yeah, you can work out what the issue is here. I'm not going to explain this one for the moment because it gets onto something we haven't covered yet. So the medium and the master contracts are obviously locked, presumably, until we get... Oh, we need to do R&D. There's R&D in the game, yeah. The special order, they're fun extra orders, which can be quite profitable, but from those that I've seen, they tend to come with a deadline. Can you produce this product within that deadline? And that's all to do with the production chain and the robots, because all our production is done by robots. That is the sort of the USP, the particular feature of this game. Everything is run by robots. There are no people running the factory here. It's all automated. So you would then look at the planned product here, and that would explain to you what you need to actually produce this, and then you can decide if you think your facility is up to the task and if your robots can do it in this time. But as you can see, they can be quite profitable. The operational difficulty here, that tells you about the complexity of the production chain. And level 6 is quite complicated. If we look at the basic one, it does suggest, look at our duck here, ducky here. So our duck, this is in fact a yellow duck. It's a operational difficulty level 1. And what you can see here, these icons here tell you the requirements of this contract in terms of the durability. I'm not quite sure what health means in this context, but when you purchase raw materials, they are assigned a durability and a health number, and that can be important to some contracts, like this one for the unicorn, for example. It needs an 88 health, which we don't have, so that's why we're not getting that particular contract. And also sustainability. Well, look at that. There's some interesting ideas within this game, which is what kind of appeals to me about it. So those are the criteria, the requirements of the contract. Here is how much you get per unit. So that's 153, and this is a graph which goes up and down according to supply and demand, basically. So there is a sort of economy built into it. So why was I saying... Oh, I need to pause the game, actually. It's going on far too... I'll be losing money at this rate. So why was I saying this one is too complicated for us? Because if we go into the production chain, planned product for our yellow duck, this is a very simple production chain. We have a plastic injection machine and we have a plastic painting machine. That's all we need to do our ducks, in addition to the raw materials. Whereas the skateboard thing, yeah, a bit more complicated. We're not going to afford that. So yeah, put that to one side. And that one nice thing here is it tells you down here all the equipment you need, the machines you need to purchase. Unlike something like Farm Simulator, you can't rent or lease your equipment. You can sell it, but I think you're going to be losing money. Depreciation, it is a thing. So we will, I think, go with the duck. We want to plan this product. Okay, and that would be a good start for us. This is one of my little issues with the tutorial. It introduces the market and the product planning, where you sort of link this chain into the machines you have in your factory, as we'll see in a second. But it doesn't tell you need to get the machines first. I think it might be useful if the tutorial was tweaked a little bit to say you now need to get these bits of equipment. But we're looking at this so we know what equipment we do need. So there is a reason for coming here, perhaps. They can sort of excuse it that way. So yeah, we can see that it needs a print station and a plastic injection machine. That's fine. But we need to press machines. Now we can't see them from this screen, and the only way to get out of the planning page is to hit the planning mode button again. So we need to go into the machines menu here and find those two machines. The hints have disappeared now from the screen, but they obviously appear here in the tutorial, so you know what they are. Don't make the mistake I did and just pick a random machine which says paint station or injection or extruder. Make sure you pick the right ones, otherwise you're wasting money. So we want a plastic injection machine. There's our machine. It's going to cost me 800, and I can use the R button to rotate it. Where should we put it? Actually, if we put it round here, we'll do that. Now I've clicked it into position, but I still have to click here to place it, to accept that cost. If I don't do that, I haven't got the machine, so I've got to go through that whole process again, which is slightly annoying. Injection machine, yeah, that's the right one. We'll put it there. Click the tick, then back into the machines. It's slightly clunky, if you're asking me about it to be particularly fussy. So there's our painting machine. We'll put you there. Click the tick. We've got that. That's good. So we can go to planning now, which is this button here. So we've got our ducky. Now we could build 68 of these. That's the deliverable number which we saw on the market here. It wants 68 units. Now certainly when you're starting the game, you're not going to want to build all 68, because you only get paid when you deliver the complete order. So if we're going to say to the contract we're going to deliver 10, then we will get paid when we have produced and shipped 10. If we say we're going to do 68, we're going to have to wait until we've actually manufactured all 68 before we can ship them out. All that time we will be incurring daily costs. So you could go bankrupt before you've actually completed your first order. So be a little bit cautious perhaps here. Not too cautious, but a little bit. But we'll go 10 so that we can do that fairly quickly. Now these are our raw materials, and it's here we can select the durability and health of our raw materials. Now this first drop down is a global one. So if let's say 60, put that, and that fills in these lower ones here. Now you could actually select individually the durability and health, whatever health actually means, of the individual parts of the process, if you wish to do that. Now the interesting thing here is, notice the profit line here towards the bottom right, 1250, by having a durability of 60. If we change that to 80, our profit is substantially reduced because our raw materials are going to be that much more expensive. So certainly for my first few contracts, we're going to go, yeah, cheap and cheerful. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So that's it. And as you can see here in requirements, we've got our health and durability of our raw materials. We now need to tell it which bits of equipment, which machines in our factory are going to be doing the work. So we're going to click on the injection machine, and that then highlights one of our... I've only ever had one injection machine. It probably highlights all of them. You just point at which one you want it to do this particular contract, and then likewise the painter will do that one. We've got green ticks throughout, so let's execute that plan. Done. Right, let's pause this again for a moment. As you can see here, our duck pickies are en route. Well, the raw materials for them are en route to plant number 1, but we need somebody to build these machines, to build these ducks. And that's the next part of the tutorial. Buy robots, and that's in the robot shop, which is down here, the robot market. And they come in various qualities, from really rather good quality, which I can't actually afford because they're legendary, and they cost obviously a lot more. Now, they've got different stars here for different attributes, and if you look at them, they have different ratings for different characteristics. So if we look at Albert here, for example, he's got a 1 star for speed. It does actually, that's a bit of an issue. When you look at the robots you own, it actually tells you what these icons mean, but when you're in the market, it apparently doesn't. That means speed around the factory, if I remember right. This means how fast they are at using the machine, how efficient they are at using the machines. So they actually produce that part of the chain more quickly. This is how much electricity they can store before they need recharging, and likewise on lubrication, how much they can carry on before they need relubing, if you will. So obviously the more stars, the better. So let's have a check our other... the 100 have nothing. So what this will generally mean is they're quite slow at moving, they're not very efficient at using the machines, and they will basically do one thing and then need recharging and relubing. So they're going to spend more time faffing around getting sorted than they are actually doing work. So these 100 ones, yeah, you could get them, but they're probably a waste of money, may I suggest. Now, Arlo and Albert, they're actually quite similar. What about Noah? Ooh, he's quite fast. Don't zoom in. Yeah, whereas, yeah, this is a random mix. This is quite different from the mix I had when I first came into the game for my previous playthrough. I'd like to go through these. Now, they do actually upgrade. As they do work, they gain experience, and you can then use that experience to bump up their attributes in any of these 4 characteristics. Yeah, these 2 guys, really. So we're going to go Arlo. Now, we can assign them to plant number 1. We've only got 1 plant, so that's the one we'll assign them to. Obviously, if we've got more buildings, then we could assign them to different areas of our site. We can change their colour. Not a great choice of colours, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll make Arlo yellow, and we will buy Arlo. And then we've got to go. It'd be nice if it stayed in the market. So we'll take Albert, and we will make you red, and we'll buy you. So you're not too expensive. That's fine. Okay, so we've bought our 2 robots. Now, the next thing we need to do, there is more, before we actually get to do anything, is we need a robot room. So back into construction, which is here, a robots room. And what we'll do, they will be going between the production room and the robots room fairly frequently. So I think this should be nearby. But we might need to expand our production room. So we'll... Actually, what we could do, if we build it over here, that's what I'm thinking. You'll see why when we finish this. So we'll put that to there, I think. It doesn't need to be that big. Yeah, we'll make it that big. We'll put a door on there. That's cool. We'll buy that. That's a robot room. What we need to put in there are chargers and relubricators. So we now need to go into the robot room option here. Yeah, again, it seems a little bit odd. Oh, you can hide the walls. If I press the H key, you can hide them all, or just the ones you want to look through. There you go. So we can see what we're doing now. Rotate R. There you go. Actually, if we put them along that wall, that's the charger. Accept that. Back into the robot room and the lubricator. Now rotate that. Be nice if I remembered the orientation I'd used for the previous one. Okay, so that's the robot room done. We need to accept that, of course. And the final thing is zones. Now the zones here are going to be on the zone menu there at the bottom towards the left. Now there are 2 types of zone here. We have one where it holds partially completed product. So they might do the plastic injection, but don't have time yet to do the painting. So they'll store the injected mould, as it were, first, put that in this storage area, then when they've got time, they'll pick it up and put it into the painting machine. So this is sort of a transitory storage area, and we'll put that in here. It can be inside the production room or it can be outside. We'll put it in here. We'll make it, yeah, we don't need that much room. We'll put that there and accept that. These are free because they are just marked areas. And we also need another zone, which we'll put here by the door, like so. Yeah, we'll accept that. If I right click on that, I mark this as the export zone, and that is where they place the finished product. Yep, and that was then picked up and shipped out when we've done our 10, as we've said we would, our 10 yellow duckies. Right, so that's the tutorial. That's all there is. Yeah, we've done that. There is a good amount of help in here, as you can see. There's a robots room, the advanced machines, there's a planning, it takes you through. I'm sure there are gaps in this. It doesn't describe absolutely everything, but it's good to see. I like the fact you've got this degree of help built into the game already. So yeah, that I quite approve of. So how can I get out of that? Oh, right click eventually did it. Right, so that's that. So the robots are arriving. Everything looks like it will be working. So let's crack on. Press 1. That's 1 times speed, as we can see in the bottom right. 2 is 3 times speed. And this should be our raw materials. And that's going to be automatically dropped off in our storage area here. Oh, and here are our robots. And they're immediately set to work picking up the raw materials. Let's pause them for a second. Let's have a closer look, shall we? Good. So you're carrying the paint, and you're presumably carrying, yeah, the raw plastic. Nice. So you put that in there, and you put the paint in the painting machine, but there's nothing yet to paint. So he goes off to find something else, while you, there's a free spot in the painting machine. There's paint already in there, so I'll paint it. And once that's done, well, let's speed up a bit, it's quite slow. That gets put in the export zone. And they carry on like this, doing the job. Notice red guy here. Now, unfortunately, you can't click on them to see who they are and what they're doing. I right-clicked there on the lubricator, apparently. But you can see your robots here in the My Robots button. Arlo and Albert. You don't know which one is which here, though. Now that is quite annoying. But you can track them by using the camera icon here. So where's Albert? Oh, so that is Albert. He's the red one. Does it? It doesn't show the colour here either, does it? Nah, that's annoying. You see here depreciation at work. They cost me 1,400 each, new. I could sell them for 700. Nice. That's a loss. And he's being re-lubricated. Because presumably that was that Arlo? Yeah, I mean, see, this tells you roughly how long they can do, how long they can stay between jobs, between tasks, before they need recharging or lubricating again. Right, let's speed this up. Let's go fast and faster fast and get this job done. Oh, I put the camera mode on. To stop that, hold the right mouse button down or use WASD to move the sight camera, as it were. Oh, and you may notice it's snowing. Yeah, there is a full night, day and seasons cycle within the game. I don't know if that impacts on the production. But it's nice. Yeah, it gives it that extra sort of realism kind of thing, I suppose. Now, one nice thing here is sustainability, which is obviously a thing these days. You want to be carbon net zero or something, or you want to make sure that your emissions from your factory site are offset by, you know, carbon depleting elements or something. You know what I mean. You saw climate change, carbon zero, that all sorts of stuff. Sustainability, we've got a garden. We can plant trees. We can have wind turbines. We can have solar panels which provide electricity. Yeah, all our robots and machines use electricity, but I've not yet seen how that plays into the game. I don't think it's in the prologue, the beginnings version at all at this point. So we can plant trees, and that gives us a sustainability criteria here. So some contracts will require a degree of sustainability, whereas, say, things like the turbines and the panels presumably give you a electrical supplement of some description. So I could plant a tree. Gives me a 3, 150 sustainability. So I'll plant you there. There you go. Tick. There you go. So I've now got I've got 10 sustainability apparently. Yeah. Right, let's get these guys moving on faster. Get this done. We're nearly done. And once the order is completed, once we've got 10 yellow ducks in a row, we can send them off for shipment. Oh, there's the injected duck waiting in our storage area, and now there's paint available in the paint machine. So his job is finished. And he'll be sent there, and then we can... There, done. 100%. We can now ask for that to be shipped, and a truck will arrive to do that for us. Here he comes. Yeah, he's here. And our robots now take all our finished product into the delivery truck. Okay, now while they're doing that, the marketplace, that changes and evolves. When we looked here, we had these two options here. Yeah, that's good. We saw all that. But over time, this little egg timer thing here, the market will update. I think it's every 72 hours, something like that. We get a countdown. And so that will change the products available for production and also the price. So let's just wait for that to happen. Let's move this on a bit. Oh, you'll notice in the notifications, the event log here, our daily costs were nearly 500. And we can see that broken down somewhat in the economy tab here. Yeah. We haven't sold anything yet. Come on guys, let's get on and sell stuff. So here's a breakdown of everything we've spent. Our daily costs, our taxes and so on. Right, there we are. So our economy, we sold 1,530 worth of yellow plastic ducks. It doesn't show you what the profit is. You can see that, the income and the expense, so you can do the maths yourself. Yeah, well, you're going to have to, really, aren't you? And our daily average, including all our construction costs and so on, yeah, we're in profit. Well, that sounds very unlikely, actually. There you go. Okay, now what we can do, we could order in and say, well, we'll do another 10 of these. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. So we'll take another 10 of these at 60. Now, interesting, once we've completed one contract, the health and durability figures for our factory are set here in the bottom left, sorry, the bottom right. And that impacts on the orders we can take from what I've been able to tell so far. So if we've got a setting here of, say, 60-60 like we have, then any contracts which require a durability or a health of 75 or 80 or whatever will not be open to us, because our history shows that's not what we do. I haven't seen that change too much, so again, that's an element of the game, the mechanics that I've not seen, so that may well play into the progression as you go through the levels. Okay, we want to set our injector there to do that, and our paint shop there to do that as usual. We'll execute that plan. So our costs and our rewards for this new order are going to be much the same as they were before. There's our raw materials arriving. So what I'll do is I'll just skip through for just a couple of hours in the game time, 8 hours, until the market changes and see what difference that makes. So ping! The market has changed. And our costs have been deducted. Oh, only 428 today. Oh, so it's slightly less daily cost than it was yesterday. So our timer has switched. We've got a new set of contracts open to us. So if we go into the market tab now, ooh, more unicorns, which we can't choose. Yeah, and you'll see here the price has gone up significantly, but we still can't do it because we don't have a health of 88. Yeah, on our thing. So yeah, we could do this unicorn. That's 190. What about the ducks? Oh, they've gone up in price. Now, why can't I not quite sure why here. I think I've seen this before, whereas if you've got an existing contract for this product, you can't accept a second contract for the same product. It's slightly annoying, but if that's the rules of the game, that's the rules of the game. Anything new on special order? No, nothing we can do. Nope, they're all far too complicated. So let's try a unicorn, shall we? So we can actually have more than one contract running at any one time. So let's see about this one. Now if we plan this, it's the same equipment we need. That's okay. Yeah, we can do that. So what we might actually do, what if we put in a second paint? Because the paint appears to be the hold up here. As you can see, we've already got one little duck moulded but not painted. Whereas this one, in fact we've got two, this one is put in the machine but the paint is also there, but the robot had to go off and recharge before they could do the job. So perhaps a second paint station? Let's see what happens if we do that. Let's put a second paint station in there for plastics. So we'll put you in there. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. And it might be worth... Are there any new robots in the marketplace? Oh, there are some new ones. Noah, I think we've seen before, but there was an Abigail. You're quite good because you've got a 1-star in all these things. So yeah, if we look at compare Abigail here to our existing My Robots, like Albert here, you see the tooltip here works, but it doesn't work when you're buying them. Annoying oversight, I think, in the development, in the testing of the game. But there you go. Yeah, I think it might be worth buying a third robot actually. So even though she's a little bit more pricey, we'll buy Abigail. It might be nice to change their names as well. That'd be cool. Particularly if you're organising them into particular buildings or tasks or whatever. If I remember Autonauts, which I played for a while, which I really enjoyed. You could do almost anything with your robots. You could group them together, you could rename them, you could do almost... they were so flexible. But I mean, that was a robot building game, essentially. It was... yeah, the focus was much more on the bots. The production chain obviously was key, but robots were much more part of the gameplay. So yeah, I think, and we will colour you purple. There you go. Yes. You just noticed that. No, you still don't know what colour they are when you're looking at the inventory of robots. Okay, anyway, we're going to plan the unicorns. Again, we'll just do 10. Should we make them slightly more durable and healthy? So we'll go 65, shall we? Yeah, on that. We'll use the same injection machine, but the paint box, you see, does highlight both of them. We'll use this one for that. That's excellent. So we'll execute you. Sweet. Oh, notice my sustainability has gone down from 10 to 8. Obviously more machines, you see, more carbon emissions. And in the store we have, if I right click on it, yeah, new raw materials for the unicorns and paint for the unicorns and the ducks. That's sweet. And you can prioritise if you've got a special order you've accepted. You can prioritise it so you can make sure it gets done before the standard order. But we're not going to do that. One deficiency in the game here, I think, is I can look at the market for the duck, which I've got, you know, being produced, but I can't check any more about my contract arrangement. It'd be nice to see that contract in more detail. Like, look at, particularly if I've got a more complex factory and setup, which machines are being used to produce the duck, for example. It'd be nice to look at the planning for that, but I can't. You know, this is just you know, how much you're going to make by selling ducks. So, yeah, again, I think there's still a fair amount of detail that I would like to see in the game that's not here. We see he's already filled up the paint for the unicorn. Oh, we've got a unicorn being processed here. That's cool. Is anyone going to do it? Don't know. Progression in the game. The robots, as we said, gain XP as they work, and that when they do that, you'll get a message down here in the event log, and a number comes up here in this little sort of column here, and you can then go, oh, no, something pinged then. What pinged then? Oh, yeah, I've done my 10 ducks, so we will send those off. That's cool. Yeah, he's arrived, so they'll start loading the ducks in a second. Yeah, so the my robots, you can then upgrade their skills here, as we've said before. As you grow your factory, as you complete orders and so on, you will actually get research points, which are this third button here, available R&D points, which takes you into the R&D chain here. Again, how much this is all there is that will be in the final game, I don't know, but yeah, there's a modest amount here that you can improve. They're collected together in different categories like machining. You can research and get the machine upgrades, or wireless charging, advanced machinery, or you could get prediction, market insights kind of thing. Get more orders from the markets. The factory, you can make it greener by having solar panels, 3 more tree types, all that sort of stuff, discounts and improvements on the supplier, and better quality robots. The economy, you can get more detail on the stats, or a tax discount, which would be nice. Reduce your robot maintenance and so on. And as I say, these cost, and it says there in the little sort of grey number below the icon, how many research points you need to get any of these upgrades. So that requires 3. Oh, the lumberjack only requires 2 research points. Well, we ain't got any at the moment, so we can't do any unlocking of research there. Now, I mentioned earlier there were AI companies in the game, and they have quite long names. But what do they do? Well, I don't know, but you can look at them. In the leaderboard here, you can see all the different AI companies, some with really long and interesting names. Far longer than I could give my own company, and that's annoying. Yeah, that's not on, guys. And as you can see here, we're right at the bottom, Monster Make. Yep, and we've got so much XP and so much revenue. And we're at the bottom of the pile there. You can go up and down here. There's a leaderboard. I have no idea what the impact of these AI companies is. Is it simply, can you be better than them? I don't know how they're working though. So what do I need to do to get more experience or more money than those companies? Are they competing with me for contracts? I don't know. There's a whole sort of mechanic there. There's a whole set of game systems that could be available to us here. But as yet, we don't know. Yeah, so that's where they are. That's one of my gripes about the naming of things. The AI can do it. I want to be able to do it too. Well, we've completed all our orders so far, and we have a new market open to us with some new options, which we'll look at in a second. But for some reason, my robots are taking a long time to upgrade, so they've not done that yet. So what I thought I would do before showing you that is show you another option within the game. Is we've created these small production and robot restrooms. You may obviously outgrow those as you need to add new facilities or add new equipment for new products. What we could do, of course, is I think add a new production room. So we could do that here, like so, or we could actually edit our existing production room. So let's have a look at doing that. Now this is an interesting thing which confused me for a little while when I was doing it. Now there is an option here, this edit demolish tool. So I click that. I can now edit a room, and I pick which room I want to edit by clicking the icon over the room. There you go. And it deletes the zones in the room, so our sort of stacking space there will go, and the machines will be boxed, which we'll see in a second. So there they are. So what we can do then is, I think, turn this room, I can get over there, and drag it. The trouble is it doesn't like going over boxes, which is rather annoying, but I can extend it out this way, like so, and that way, like so. You kind of get around that. It'd be nice if it didn't sort of say, oh, you can't change the room over the boxes, but you know, that's the way it works. So yeah, that's fine. We need to add a door to it, of course, so we'll put our door in there. That's good. So our room is now ready, and we're costed for that, so we lose £2 for doing that. Now the machines, if we right click on those, we can either sell them for next to nothing, or we can reposition them in our new room. And there you go, I put you there. I need to click on it. If I press escape at this point, I think I will lose the machine. It'll be sold, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep it. So we'll move you, we'll put you there. That's good. Actually, we'll keep the other painting machine next to it as well. Now, why have I made this room bigger? Oh, I want the zone as well, don't I? Yeah, we'll put that. So we'll make it a little bit longer. Make it 4. Yeah, we're not putting anything else in there, because the market now has some interesting new options. Our duck has gone down in price, so we won't produce any more of those. The unicorns have gone up slightly, so we could produce some of those. We also now have some options for a little teddy bear and a water gun. Now the water gun is level 3. It requires 85 health. We can't do that. But a little plush teddy we can do. That requires new equipment, a sewing machine and a stuffing machine. So we need to buy those, basically. So we need to buy a sewing machine, which is one of you, and I can stick you. We'll make them all along. Actually, what I might do is, if I rotate you there, perhaps. Yeah, I'll put you there, and we then also want a stuffing machine, which is 1,350. Yikes, that's expensive. We'll put you there. Done. So we can now actually do the fluffy toys. Well, actually, we'll go 65. Seems to work quite well for us. We'll produce 15 of those. Yeah, out of a possible 24. We need to link our sewing machine. It'll be that one we use. Our stuffing machine will be that one. And let's get that one going. And we'll also do some more unicorns, seeing as they've gone up in price. What about the specials? Oh, we could do this truck. Level 8. No, we can't. We will stick to our basic products. More unicorns. Yeah, we'll do a few more of those. Another 10 actually, I think. Again, we'll go. Should we make these better quality? More better? Yeah, so good at English am I. 70, that's good. And the plastic machine will be that. The painting, we'll put the painting in there. That's the closest one. Let's do that. And we've got all our raw materials and stuff turning up. Did I buy another robot? No, I didn't. But I did see Elise here. Looks good. Yeah, 2 stars and all that. So we can't afford her. Our raw materials have taken all our remaining bank balance. Yikes. Okay, we're stuck with that then. Right, so I will watch these do the making of our toys. Rotate around that way. Go that way. There you go. As far as I'm aware, there isn't. Oh, just noticed we've got a robot upgrade. Yes. Robot is leveled up. Albert got the +1 here. Be nice if you could click this and it takes you to My Robots, but it doesn't. My Robots, +1 Albert. And what could he do with? I like having them on the factory floor more often than they are recharging. So I tend to, what I've done so far in my playthroughs is upgrade these characteristics. So there is lubrication, there's oil capacity. Let's improve that a little bit. Yep, that's what we will do for Albert. Nice, good, so we've done that. We've still just got the one research point. How annoying is that? What I was about to say was, I'm not aware yet of any sort of photo mode where you can just get rid of the UI, so you can take some really sexy photographs of your robots doing whatever it is robots do. Ooh, like stuffing teddy bears. Oh, he's put the stuffing in. We got oh, we haven't got a teddy bear skin yet. So here he is. A little bit of a screenshot. There you go. You see sewing. And then he'll go stuff it. Cool. That's nice. Oh, we've already done it. Well, of course, our teddy bears are our first contract here. Now, the thing here is we're not going to get paid for that until we've done all 15. But we've only got 995 in the bank. So there's a risk of me running out of money. And the money thing is down here in the middle, right at the bottom. I'm financially stable until minus 5,000. So what will happen is, when I run out of money, I will get an exclamation mark here saying, you're at risk. Which means I can't then buy any more machines, robots, or raw materials. But I am still going to be charged my maintenance, my daily taxes and so on, as shown here. Now hopefully, I've organised my contracts so that I don't run out of money too much before I can get the return of investment on these products. What I'm thinking is, I've not actually done it yet, is if I get to minus 5,000, it's going to be game over. I'm bankrupt. What might be nice to do is either get a loan or just be allowed to buy sort of new materials or new machines or new materials for a new contract, even if you're negative. Companies do that, don't they? Say, yeah, I'll buy 5,000 tons of plastic because I know I've got a really lucrative contract which will give me 10,000 when I finish the job. So yeah, you can buy on spec, as it were. It'd be nice if there were some sort of mechanic like that within the game. We shall see. Anyway, let's run this forward and see how much money we make, or indeed don't make. So here we are. We have just finished our plush bear contract. I've already gone into considerable debt. I'm now at minus 1,280. Now hopefully, yeah, this doesn't tell me how much this contract is worth now. I just hope it takes me back into profit. So let's get these guys delivered. Ooh. If you run out of storage space in these zones, I believe it actually stores the excess in the main storage area here. So there's not an issue there, but I think you can extend your zones. If I right click on that, yeah, I can cannot be resized or deleted while there are products on it. Yeah, so I can resize that if it's empty, which obviously it isn't at the moment. So we'll get those sent away. Right, we've got these unicorns should be finished fairly quickly. It's a pity you can't assign 2 paint stations to the one job. Notice the day's changed. It now looks like summer. It's a nice bright day. Everything is looking lovely. Right, so how much money are we going to make? Wow, nearly 5 grand. Oh, I'm in the money. No, don't sing, man. No, you cannot do that. What new contracts do we have available to us? Ooh. No, we're not going to be able to... We've got an injection. Oh, we got 2. We need 3 injectors for the different parts of our water gun. We could do it all in the one, but that would be inefficient, wouldn't it? And 3 painters. But we're going to need an assembly station as well. That'd be expensive. So we're not going to do that. Special orders. I've only got this one. That level 10. I didn't know they went up to level 10. Holy mackerel. No, we're not doing that either. Ducks. Oh, they've gone back up in price. Unicorns. Ooh, dropped in price dramatically. Teddy bears. Oh, yeah. More teddy bears. Right, we're going to do that. Execute. Sweet. I've now got 2 research points. And I'm now ranked at 24 in the charts against the AI companies. You know, like, big deal. Sorry. You know, big deal. Oh, I was going to buy... I know what I was going to do. I was going to buy another robot. I saw Elise here. Yeah, we were looking at her earlier, weren't we? Yeah, we don't want a cheap one. We want an efficient one. Let's see how good Elise is. And we'll make her a dark blue. That's most of my money again. So I'm basically going to be... Yeah, well, I'm not going to be bankrupt. I'm going to finish this unicorn order soon. That'll bring some money. And I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And there's Elise. She'll get the job done. Look at that. Whizzing around. Doing 2, 3. Oh, so many tasks before she has to go back in and get recharged. Yeah, might need more of these recharging and relubing stations with so many robots. Right, you know what? I was thinking we'd get further in the levels here, but whatever. I think it's the choice of robots in this playthrough that's slightly held me back somewhat. They're not quite as efficient as the ones they were when I was testing the game out before doing this recording. So yeah, I will leave that there. This is an interesting looking game. There's not a great deal of customization to it. It'd be nice if there was more, like having more colours for the robots, being able to colour your factory and so on. I've got 3 research points before we leave then. So I've got 3 research points. I can go here. What can I can get machine upgrades. I can get predictions on the market. We'll go into machine upgrades. We're not going to be able to afford anything, but you know, so if I right click on the machine, I can upgrade it for 250, which gives a 20% performance improvement for just 250. Could be worth it actually. What do I want to improve performance on? The sewing machine perhaps. Oh, that's more expensive to upgrade. 400 on the injection. Oh, you see. Let's improve the injector. We've done that, so that's cost us 400. Now if I hold C, yep, that highlights, as you can see there, the improved machines. Now control, the left control key shows you which ones are in use, which are these here, and it's disabled my mouse so I can't move in. Whoop, yep, there you go. So left control, those are the machines that are being used. That's cool. Anyway, yeah, it's an interesting game. It'd be interesting to see how much more complex, how many more mechanics they can put into it, and how the whole economy works. I think that will be the key for me. But yeah, so this will be it for now. If you'd like to see more of this, then I'll keep an eye on the game. And as and when it gets released, or there's a big update or something interesting and new that I can show you in this sort of demo version, then I will do that. But you'll have to let me know, either by doing lots of liking of the video, just click on the old thumbs up button, or if you prefer, it'd be great to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the game? Is it something you think which has, as it were, legs? Is it something that appeals to you? What do you think of it, really? Whatever you feel like saying about it, do let me know. Just drop a note into the comments box below. And of course, if you've not already done so, you could subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll know when I upload another one of these, a first look or a Smart Factory Tycoon video, or indeed any of my other videos. Just subscribe. Click that button. You know how it works. Anyway, from me, Ajaxpost here, having a quick first look. Well, quick-ish first look at Smart Factory Tycoon. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.